Diego, and I don't know, he talked about radio, and he suggested that I check out San Diego State or the other junior college in town because they had good radio programs, and the systems were good, the classes were good. So I went down and I got hooked, and I was, real happy with the classes, and I was able to get work right away out of school. I was able to actually I had a job in Carlsbad, California, and then I went to Central. All the little towns, kind of climbing up the ladder. Went to some other little towns in desert there in California, and then I went to Salinas, California, which was a great big AM station at the time. They had a killer signal up and down the coast and all over. And from there, things really took off. Went to San Jose, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix, back to San Francisco, and did that for almost 40 years, 35 years.
Wow.
Then I went back to school here at UTEP in El Paso, University of Texas, El Paso, because I was writing a book. And that's when I met my wife. She's Mexican. She lives right here on the border. And we got married and started building a house about 3 years ago down in Toluca, her native town down there by Mexico City. Because I had worked in Mexico City after my radio days teaching English. So we kind of got that project going, but we kind of are a little shy on cash right now, so we had to stop that project. And I'm living right across the border. I rent them a place right across the border in Ciudad Juarez. And it's okay. I'm here in El Paso taking care of her, and I can walk to the house because I'm right on the border, too. I do a lot of lectures. The book I wrote, I do lectures and things like that. But we're trying to rustle some more money together to finish that house. So that's kind of where we stand right now. My dream radio station I always wanted to work at was KFRC in San Francisco, and reached that goal back in '04, and actually before that, just doing some part-time in the '80s, and then I went full-time. Things kind of the path kind of took me back there, and it was kind of like a dream come true. So, everybody, a lot of people on the West Coast, I want to work in LA, I want to work in LA. Well, LA was fun, but I don't know, it's just too spread out, and it was too competitive. I really enjoyed San Francisco a lot more. And my last radio job was actually back in Phoenix. I worked there a couple of times at Cool FM, so that kind of brought me out here to help her with the house and to keep things rolling. Now, do you have any questions, Trey?
No, you answered most of my questions. How'd you get started in radio, and if you're still doing radio, and so you've answered most of my questions so far.
What now?
I said you've answered my questions I was going to ask.
Oh, okay. Okay. I started because of school and interest, and I just kind of followed my goals, and it takes a while, but you can reach them if you keep at it. Mm-hmm. I'm a little older now. My interests have changed, and but real satisfied with the career I had. That's not to say that I may not do radio again soon somewhere, but my interests right now lie in other areas. It's funny, when I was down in Mexico City working, I actually worked at a Mexican station for a while in Chihuahua City when I taught English, and they played a lot of classic rock from the United States, so I could fit in very well right there, and I speak Spanish pretty well, so that was kind of fun doing, kind of going back and forth, being bilingual on the radio. But there's this company in Mexico City. The building is about like 13 or 14 stories tall, and there's a different format on every floor. It's crazy. And the top floor it's kind of a classic rock station I really like. And I went up there, and there was a girl on the air, and I just hung out with her, a couple hours. And I mean, to me, that was really incredible. I mean, looking all over the city, and the station is number one, and they spared no expense in putting this company and stations together, and I really enjoyed that. Like I said, I worked in Chihuahua City also on radio, which was, there's some good radio now in Mexico, and I really kind of enjoy that a lot more now because it's new horizons. It's different. It's more interesting to me. So that's kind of where we stand right now. Like I said, I do a lot of radio, a lot of book lectures here. My book pertains to the Mexican Revolution and Pancho Villa. And, while I was in radio, going from market to market, I used to do research here, do research there, and finally got this book out. And it sold out. I was really blessed. Especially, it's a lot of border interest because it has to do with Mexico and the Revolution. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of where we stand. I'm trying to think. I have received some book awards. Most promising author, book publishers of El Paso. And the basic radio stuff. Radio has changed a lot. Maybe you're aware of that. It's a lot more what we call voice track. Which is these companies they bought the old mom and pop stations and they do a lot of voice tracking to bring the expenses down because before when you do a 4 or 5 hour radio show, I mean that was part of the contract you would sign, and now they say, well, you can voice track a 5 hour show or a 4 hour show in 20 minutes or an hour. Yeah, sure you can, but you're not getting quality work. And it takes away from live phoners, phone calls, and having fun with people on the air. Now, sure, that still happens in a lot of the morning shifts. But as a rule, except for like maybe, Chicago, LA, or San Francisco, or New York, most of the shifts outside of the morning show are recorded. So, maybe you're aware of that. So.
Yeah, radio has changed a lot throughout the years.
Yeah, well. Yeah, and I think it finally caught up with the listener because they started getting wise to it. And it's really brought the interest as far as, people I was in radio with. There was a lot of competition. It'd be like 2, 3, 4 stations in the same market competing against each other, which, boosted the salaries up because, one station wanted you, and, if you did well on one station, the other station wanted your services to compete with the other stations, and it was all based on ratings, and they took the air personalities more serious. Now they really don't care. It's all about advertising, these salespeople, they say, well, look, you can, advertise with our company, you'll be on 10 stations, and, pay for one or 2 stations. Ratings are not that important anymore. So it's really affected the competition and the level of professionality, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky business. It's an interesting business, radio.
What's that?
I said radio. It's a very interesting business. It's changed so much. It depends on ratings and the audience. But it's fun to be in.
Yeah, sure. But I really being part of the golden era, I'm just not that motivated anymore. I wouldn't mind, if I was going to do radio, I'd like to do maybe weekends or something like that. But as far as full-time employment in radio, I just have no interest anymore. Unless, some major guy might call me and go, hey, we got this great job, but I don't see that happening if I'm not pursuing it. So,
yeah.
I mean, I still talk to a lot of my radio friends, and sure, I certainly keep up to date on what's going on. So, but like I said, I'm really more involved with the book stuff right now, and my wife, and getting that property settled and finished.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Your little show out of your house there, or what?
Yeah, I have my own little studio by my house, and I do 2 interviews a week. So I'm rather busy, but it's fun to do it. I've been doing it for 6 years.
I didn't hear that, Trey. I'm sorry. What?
I said I've been doing my show for 6 years.
Wow. You how did you get a hold of me? Did you know somebody who knows me, or?
I believe me and you have a few radio friends in common on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, I got a lot of those on Facebook. Well, I hope that helps.
Yeah, it did. You answered my questions, and I thank you for letting me talk to you, for letting me interview you. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm glad we finally got a hold of each other to do it.
Well, I'm sure, anytime I can do things for people, I try, people help me in my career, and, I just do the best I can. So, well, you've got my number and text and stuff like that. If you need to get in touch with me, you can always do that.
Okay, thank you very much. You have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye, Trey.
Bye-bye.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Bye. And that was former radio host, Mr. Christopher Lance. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you all.